Hey friends, here on the channel today, we're going to be making the restaurant style kind of brown wheat bread that comes out on the little cutting boards and is amazing. And if you're not careful, you eat like 75 loaves. We're going to make that today. So we have a smorgasbord of ingredients laid out. I will put the directions and the recipe in the description box below, but we're just going to jump in. The plan is to have this ready for dinner tonight. So I don't know, we'll see. We've started with, I'm gonna read off of the recipe, so hopefully I don't miss anything. I have a cup and a quarter of warmed milk, and I'm going to add, actually let me pull you all down so you can see. I don't know how I'm going to, I always have my garbage can open and ready at all times. So sorry if y'all see that in the background and I don't know how people get fancy garbage cans, but anyway, that's what we're working with. So, okay, sorry. Anyway, we have our warmed milk and we're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of our yeast to get it active. There is 2, and I'm trying to be as, y'all can't really see where I'm kind of going off camera, but I have, let me close this up and I'll show you, just a bag of active dry yeast ordered from Amazon. So we're going to add to our milk and our yeast, and you can really smell that, so you can tell, make sure that everything, you don't want to get all your ingredients mixed up and then your yeast not be doing its thing. So that's why I try to mix this first. And these rolls, breads, however you want to say, I've never made them, so we're doing a lot of firsts together. So, okay. So we have this. We're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, and whenever you see yeast and sugar in the same recipe, I always just mix it together because the yeast kind of like feeds off of that. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna mix all this up and just kind of let it sit for just a second. And I have butter and I already have it melted. We needed 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just kind of going over, hitting some of this stuff as we go, but I'll have the actual recipe in the bottom, so that way there is no guesswork. So I'm gonna let this bloom for just a second and then we'll be right back. I have, this recipe calls for 4 cups of flour, and I have already measured out 2 cups of whole wheat flour, and I'm going to use 2 cups of all-purpose. You can feel free to mix that however you want to, because I don't really know how this is going to come out, but as far as taste wise, but I wanted to at least do half of the whole wheat, and I don't have enough to do all of it in the whole wheat, and I have no bread flour. So that's why I'm mixing this up the way I am. I'll put the recipe that I'm using in this video, I will put it in the description box the way that you see me mix it, and that way you'll know if there's anything you want to change or whatever based on however your preference and what you have on hand. I'm going to go ahead and add the 4 tablespoons of butter into here, and okay, And then we need a 1/4 cup of honey. So I'm going to, some of this we're kind of measuring with our hearts here. We're gonna do about that much. Whoop. Okay, so we've got about a 1/4 cup of honey, and we're gonna use a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just gonna cap this so I know that I've already added it in here. We've already added our sugar in here, and then we're going to do 2 tablespoons, and this is where I may lose some of you. So again, we're trying this out together. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 1 and 2. And this is just, hang on, and I'll actually show you it's not any fancy schmancy stuff. It's just the Hershey's cocoa unsweetened. So that's what we're using. And I'm gonna just give this a little mix because there's a lot of stuff happening in here and I'm a mixer. So we've got that added, and then I'm going to do the 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Just go ahead and smush that in there. And then we're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to just sit this to the side because we'll need that to dust our countertop, and I'm going to mix this up a little and get these clumpies out. And I've just put it all in one bowl. So hopefully that will turn out okay. Sometimes I do the whole wet to dry thing, and sometimes I just do this and hope for the best. So I've got very high hopes for this bread because I absolutely love, love, love going to those restaurants. And when they bring it out and it's all like super cute and you feel fancy and all that. So I'm hoping that this works out. And then we can just fix it at home. Whether that will be a blessing or a curse, I have no idea. But it smells amazing. Oh my gosh. Wow. The cocoa, I don't know. I didn't really see that coming, but oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna try to smush the sides and get all of this that I can kind of in the dough, so that way when I pour it out onto the counter, most of it is, well, there's not very much left in the bowl. That's my plan. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that dough is. Okay. I kind of don't want to add any more flour because I don't want it to get like too floury. But after we get this good and mixed up, oh, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay. I wish y'all had like smell-o-vision right now because there are, oh my gosh, it smells, well, the whole wheat smells really good. And then you take that and add the cocoa powder. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so let me do this just a little bit more. And it's it's pulling from the sides pretty cleanly, actually, considering. Okay, I'm gonna scrape the bottom just a little. And then I'm going to just flour a little because I can't not. And then we're going to put this back into this bowl and cover it and let it raise for about an hour. Like I said, I'm planning on eating this tonight, so. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna show you this because it is, like, look how clean that came out. Now I'm gonna try to get a little bit more of this. Okay, because I'm gonna use this same bowl to let it raise in. Okay, so there we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. And it's a little sticky, obviously, but it is, oh, it's so pretty. And it smells so good. Oh, and it gets stickier. The more I mush, the more stickier it's getting. So let me do just a little bit, just because I don't want it. Okay. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay. Oh, that is a beautiful dough. Okay, so we've got this kind of mixed up. It was mixed pretty good before I even poured it out, so. Oh, I'm sticking to some. Okay. And then I'm going to use this cooking spray and spray this is a workout, guys. Oh, this is so enjoyable. You all, even if you just get it and just play with the dough, you have got to try this. And what we're gonna do is spray the inside with, this is like adult Play-Doh. Sorry, distracted. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, okay. So let me make sure, I gotta make sure y'all are, oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so what we're gonna do, she's got a little bit of flour on this side, but okay. I'm gonna use this cooking spray and just grease the inside of this bowl. And then, there she is. That choked me out. And I'm going to cover with a clean dish towel, and we're going to let that rise for about an hour and then come back and we'll finish it up. Oh, I'm so excited. So we have let our dough rise, and we're gonna turn it out here and see what it looks like. Got some, okay. Here is, oh, it smells so, so good. Okay, so let me put you all down. Now, whoop. And that's how clean it came out. And what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna make this into like some rustic, that's a good safe way to put that. I'm gonna separate this into 4, and let me kind of smush it up a little bit here. Okay, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly. gonna do this one, and then sling that everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to separate this one into two, about right there. A little bit more on this one. Okay, so we're roughly, let's see how we're looking. Okay, this one has too much, this one not enough. If you wanted to get like very technical, you could get out the scale and start that, but we are not doing that. Okay, a little bit more on this one. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is just shape these into kind of like potatoes. That's what we're gonna do. And I already have the oven preheating. So here is how we're looking. Now how much this will rise, I have no idea. So I think I'm just gonna do two. I think I'm just gonna do two for right now. And I'm just gonna kind of mush this together. And I think I may put the other two up and go ahead and freeze those. And I'm not gonna score these. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. And if they're ugly, because this one kind of, it's kind of open on that side, we'll kind of pinch that together a little, because I don't want it to be too thick. And my pan is not very big, so I don't want to take up the whole pan. Okay, so here is gonna be those, and I'm gonna shape those two, but this is kind of what we're looking like. If we do these more often, I may get one of those, I don't know if it's 4 baguettes or it's kind of like wavy like this. That way they could, and it has holes in it, so that way they would like be kind of heated throughout or whatever. But we're not buying any more fancy stuff right now. We just invested in our sourdough stuff. So for now, we're just gonna use what we have. But I'm gonna cover these while the oven is finishing preheating. Ideally, they would need to, I would probably cover them for about an hour. But we're just gonna cover them until the oven preheats. So I'm gonna bake these at 350 for about 25. Let me see what the directions say. That's funny, that's what I was thinking I was gonna do anyway. I was trying to remember it. We're gonna do these at 350 for like 25 to 30-ish minutes. Just keep an eye on them, see how they do, and hopefully they're as good as they smell. I'm very excited about these. So let's get these covered, and then I will come back and show you the actual cutting.